Hi, it's Danny from the Whiteboard blog, and I just wanted to make a short video just talking about some ways of teaching online safety and some support for teaching online safety. I've had some questions from some students of mine. Now if we look at the national curriculum, it's quite thin. You've got basically a bullet point here in Key Stage 1 about using technology safely, and a similar bullet point here in Key Stage 2 about using technology safely. So there's not a lot of guidance there, but one thing we have got is a document called Education for a Connected World, which was produced by the UK Council for Internet Safety. Now this is basically a framework of basically I can statements. So if I just basically take you through to the strands, there's 8 strands of content. We're looking at things like self-image and online relationships and so on. So these 8 strands have been turned into a load of I can statements, and there's a set of statements for each key stage, basically from early years up. So 4 to 7, 7 to 11 and so on. So if I go to a random page, here's self-image for Key Stage 2. I can statements here about I can explain what's meant by the term identity and so on, and then if we went up to the next page, there's a series of statements for 11 to 14 and so on, and going on through to the online relationships. There's the 4 to 7 statements, there's the 7 to 11 statements and so on. So there's a whole load of statements here which you can then use to build up into a program what you want to teach, but there's no teaching resources here. This is purely I can statements. These are the things the students should be able to do. Hopefully if you teach the whole thing, there is a lot here, so you're probably going to select a few of these and maybe sort of leave a few behind. So taking that, there's another website I want to show you which is called Project Evolve, which is projectevolve.co.uk. If you go to Project Evolve, they've taken all of those I can statements and they've turned those into proper teaching resources. I can click on resources, so I can choose to go in by strands, which are the strands you've just seen. I can choose to go in by phase or by year group. I'm going to just pick on year group. So let's say I'm teaching a year 4 class. Let's click on year 4. These are the 8 strands again. I want to teach a set of lessons on online bullying, so let's click on online bullying, and there's 3 statements here, 3 I can statements. So there are 3 lessons here which we can use. I can recognise when someone is upset, hurt or angry online. I can describe ways people can be bullied, so let's click on that one. And what you basically get then is some outcome criteria. So it tells you what the expected lesson is going to cover. There are questions that you can ask as a teacher, so things you can start a lesson off with. There's a activity. There are things that you can do here, questions, things to talk about, things to discuss with the students, and then there are some resources. That's normally involving a presentation which can be downloaded into PowerPoint format or can be opened up in Google Slides, and maybe there's a worksheet or so on as well which you can also download. So if you take the Education for Connected World statements, that's then turned into a series of lessons or lesson activities on the Project Evolve website, so do take a look at the Project Evolve website. I'm going to link this to a blog post which I've put some other resources into, and a Wakelet as well which I've got, which has got a load of links. I'll put the link in the description below. Obviously there's a lot of content here. You're not going to teach all of this. Schools are probably going to do the odds online safety lesson, maybe one every half term, one a term if you're lucky. So you're going to pick aspects of this, but maybe you can work some of this in a cross-curricular way as well. But if you are teaching online safety, or you're responsible for teaching online safety across the school, and you're looking for a place to start, then you can't really pick a better place than the Project Evolve website. You do need to register to access the resources, but it is free to do so, so just sign up for an account, and if you are the coordinator for your school, then thoroughly advise signing up for it. Do check the blog post out. I'll put some more links in there, and as I said, do check out the Wakelet as well. Thank you very much for listening. I'll do some more videos soon. Thanks again. Bye.